Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Hope you all are doing fine and preparing for IELTS exam in the most effective way. To help you more with your preparation, we are sending you structures of different essay types that come in IELTS exam, both academic and general. So if you have not watched our other essays that we have covered, such as discuss both views and agree disagree, do go and watch it. Today we are going to see another essay type, that is advantages disadvantages type. So this is one of the most common question type that comes in our IELTS exam. Before we move on, do not forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon to see the latest notifications that we send in our channel, and also whenever we come online you don't miss the live sessions which are conducted free on all the modules on our channel. Along with it, we are also having live mock tests, so do click on that bell icon so that you are notified whenever we conduct these sessions. Let's start our today's class. So advantage disadvantage type can come in three ways, but let's see the structure, the basic structure that is needed for this type of question. So let's see how to write an advantage disadvantage essay which can fetch you definitely 8+ band. So introduction. As you all know that our essays should have at least 4 paragraphs, that is introduction to body paragraph and conclusion. So what can you include in your introduction paragraph of this type of essay? So first thing that you need to include is general statement, then your thesis statement, that is the paraphrased version of your question prompt, and next is the overview or opinion statement. So as you all know that we get three types of advantage disadvantage type of questions. One will be what are the advantages and disadvantages of something. So in such type of questions you will not be asked to give your opinion but just list your advantages and disadvantages. So in the questions which do not ask your opinion, you will give your overview statement. That is, you will not say according to me or in my personal view, but you will just say this essay will discuss, or I will discuss the merits and the demerits of, or let me this essay will discuss the positives and negatives of. Okay, so you will not say your opinion if the question says what are the advantages and disadvantages. The other two types, the opinion ones. One is what are the advantages and disadvantages of something, and what do you think is more, or which do you side with. So when they ask you, you think, or what do you think, when they ask your personal opinion, then your essay introduction will have opinion statement where you will say according to me or in my personal view. So you can say this essay will discuss the positive and negatives of online learning along with my opinion that it is beneficial or it is a pernicious effect on the people, something like that. So you will give your opinion. And the third type is your advantages outweigh disadvantages. So when the question says outweighs, then you need to again give your opinion, but definitely include the synonym for the word outweigh, that is surpasses, outnumbers, or is far more than. So all the synonyms, at least learn 3 to 4 synonyms of the word outweigh so that you can use them in your introduction, conclusion, as well as somewhere in body paragraphs. So do learn the synonym of outweigh. So these are the three types of advantage disadvantage question, one without opinion and two with opinion. One is which one is more. So choose your word carefully when there is an outweigh, advantage outweigh disadvantage, or which is more. They are slight different, not that much, but choose your word carefully to get your better task achievement. So your introduction paragraph should have these three statements. If you're not sure how to write general statement or thesis statement, do watch our essay introduction video where I have clearly mentioned how you should write your general statement, thesis statement and opinion statement with some of the phrases. Okay, after you have written a good introduction, you will move to your body para 1. So what should you include in your body paragraph 1? You should include 2 or 3 advantages. Okay, always 2 or 3 advantages. Your body paragraph 1 will be the advantage paragraph and your body paragraph 2 will be the disadvantage paragraph. So any question that has advantage, disadvantage, you have to write both. So in body paragraph 1, go with the advantages. You can write 2, 3 or even 1 if the question is advantage and disadvantage. You can just write 1, but it's always better to write 2 or 3 to get the count of 250 words. So first you will include your topic statement that will almost be same, that this for to begin with there are copious benefits or there are copious merits or there are copious pros, something like this. So it shows clearly what your paragraph is going to be about. That is our topic statement. So you have to write topic statement first. Next, you will write the first advantage that you think of that particular topic. So whatever that topic's first advantage is for online, for example, if we are taking online learning, then the advantage of online learning is its flexibility. So you can include something related to flexibility and that is your support point 1. Next, after writing the advantage, don't just list 2, 3, 4, 5 advantages. It will not give you good bands. It will reduce your task achievement mark because task achievement clearly said that fully developed and justified answers. So whatever support point you are including or whatever advantage, disadvantage you are going to include, explain and justify it properly. So after you have listed the first advantage, explain it in 1 or 2 statements and then give one example if possible. Okay, 2-line explanation and 1-line example. After you have explained and justified your part 1, that is your point 1, you will give the second advantage and then again you will explain it and then conclude the whole paragraph. No need to give example for point 2 as well. You can give example for advantage 1 or advantage 2. Any one advantage can have example. No need to give 2 example or it will become too lengthy paragraph. So 1 topic statement, 1 conclusion statement, 2 explanations, 2 advantages and 1 example. That is your 7 statement count for your body paragraph, aptly correct for band 8. The same structure will follow for your body paragraph 2, but it will have the disadvantages. So in body paragraph 1, you talked about the advantages. So now your topic statement will be on the flip side or on the other side. On the other hand, there are numerous disadvantages, numerous drawbacks or pernicious effect of online learning, something like that. So this line shows that this paragraph is going to talk about disadvantages, the negative side. So your topic statement and then you will give your first disadvantage. You will explain your disadvantage with an example. Then you will go for the second disadvantage, explain it, and then again you will conclude it. Okay, conclude your whole para or conclude your point 2. It completely depends on you. I would say that conclude your body paragraph, the topic statement. Conclude your topic statement, that is better. And the last one is conclusion. So this is the shortest paragraph and sweetest paragraph of your essay. So it is just going to be 2 or 3 lines, maximum 2. I would say it will be good. So in one line you will say, to conclude, though blah blah blah, however blah blah blah. Okay, so if you see, though there are numerous advantages of something, however its drawback cannot be neglected or cannot be overlooked. This is summarization when there is no opinion asked. When there is an opinion asked, then you will include one more line saying, I personally believe that beneficial for the world, or it is more pernicious for the world, or it is pros outweigh cons, something like that. Okay, so when opinion is asked, you give one more line. If opinion is not asked, you will just conclude in one line. That will be more than enough. So this is the basic structure for your advantage disadvantage question type, whether it is opinion or not. This remains the same, only introduction paragraph's third statement and conclusion paragraph's second statement will change according to the opinion is asked or not. Let's see an example with this explanation. So when the opinion is not asked, as I said, you did not include it in your intro or conclusion. However, when it says to list both and which is more or which one outweighs other, you definitely need to include in your introduction as well as conclusion. Don't forget it. Okay, so this is an example question. Nowadays, children are given lots of toys to keep them busy. This is our topic. So something toys given to children. What are the advantages and disadvantages of this practice? So they are asking advantages and disadvantages of having toys. As you can see, they have not asked our opinion. So we will not include our opinion in introduction or conclusion. If the question was, what are the advantages and disadvantages of this practice and which do you think is more, or do the advantages outweigh the disadvantages, then you will include your opinion. So how should we write introduction paragraph? So this is how we should start with general statement. General statement is nothing but the topic. We have to write something on the topic. So as we understood that topic is about children having toys, so I have written something related to children and toys. Without a shadow of doubt, every kid is entitled to have some collection of toys in their room. Always start with good phrase, catchy lines so that it gives a good impression, because first impression is the best impression. So do not forget to start your paragraphs with very good phrases, always with phrases. Your thesis statement can be like this, or your general statement and thesis statement can be accumulated together. General statement is completely optional, so you can just paraphrase the question prompt and write your own statement for thesis statements. And next is our overview statement. So in this essay, I will elucidate the positives and negatives of having copious playing accessories by kids. Okay, so I am going to just say that I will elucidate the positive and negatives. I am not saying that I am going to give my opinion, because it has not asked my opinion. If it asks for my opinion, I will add this line after kids. So if the question asks my opinion, I would say, in this essay, I will elucidate the positives and negatives of having copious playing accessories by kids, and then present my view as to why excess toys have more cons. Okay, so according to the question, your last statement of introduction will change, whether it is going to be overview or opinion. Read your essay carefully, read your question prompt carefully, whether it is asking your opinion or not. If it has not asked and you have included, it may affect your band very badly. So read the essay question prompt very properly. So this is how introduction should look. Moving ahead to our body paragraph 1. So your body paragraph will have first the topic statement. As you can say, it says here, showering kids with toys are means of expressing love towards them by certain guardians. So it shows that there is something positivity that comes by giving toys, that is expressing love. So this is our topic statement. The reader can understand that we are giving our positive side of having toys. This is my first advantage and its explanation. In this fast-paced world where both the parents are working folks, they get only few hours to spend with their little ones. Hence, providing them with ample toys seems to convey their tremendous love for them. So I am saying my first advantage, that to show their love towards them, because they are too busy with their work, they are not spending time. So to show their love, they give this, and it makes the bonding strong between the parents and the children. So strong bond is my advantage here. Then I will move on to second advantage, moreover. So always when you are including the next point, use transitional words, moreover, furthermore, additionally, apart from this, in addition to this, or anything. Whenever you start the paragraph, start with good phrase. To start with, to begin with, to embark upon, all these words can be used to start your body paragraph. Okay, so my second advantage is that it's a scientific finding that such kids who are away from their parents and are single child find comfort and peace in these miniatures and sometimes confide in them through make-believe games. So I am saying it is scientifically proven that these children feel comfortable and relaxed and peaceful in presence of these gifts because they are lonely and they don't have anyone to play with. And I have given an example for this. For example, some children feel safe and secure with a special toy during sleep hour which they think to be their companion in darkness. So whenever some children sleep, they have a soft toy, something that is their sleeping buddy. So as you can see, I have not given example for my first advantage, but I have given for my second advantage, and there is no explanation. So either you can include an explanation or an example, but each body paragraph should have an example. I have explained as well, and then I have concluded the whole body paragraph by saying, hence kits are helpful. Toys are helpful for kids in keeping them company at times to save them from loneliness. So these type of toys helps them to keep it away from loneliness and they feel comfortable and feel that someone is with them. So this is how we explain and justify our points by giving explanation, example, some good phrases, good cohesions, linking words and also some vocabulary. So this is the perfect body paragraph. It's the same for body paragraph 2. So here again I am going to put in two disadvantages with example, its explanation and then conclusion. So here I am saying that there are destructive side of such practices. So destructive side shows that this paragraph is going to talk about something negative, something con, something that is a drawback. So your topic statement should clearly say what the paragraph is about. And then I have given my first disadvantage, that they become adamant or arrogant, and then I have given example that if elders bow down to them, it becomes a habit from them to blackmail them for everything and whenever they need something. And then I have explained my example. As I was not able to explain my advantage, the key point, I am explaining my example so that I get the count of 6 to 7 statement of my body paragraph. So, though from a child perspective it is not a crime, it's hard to say that it will not affect their character and behavior in future. So, as a child, asking for toys will look good, it will not look bad. But if it becomes a habit in near future or when they grow up, it becomes difficult for them to cope up with the fast-paced world. So, I am explaining my example. And then I am moving ahead to my second disadvantage and then I am concluding the whole paragraph. So I hope paragraphs are clear to you. Body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, two disadvantages with explanation, one example and conclusion with some good phrases, vocabulary, linkers like therefore, hence, not only this, though, even though, on the other hand. So all these words gives a better cohesion to your essay. Moving to our conclusion. So in conclusion, you will have two or one statement. So if it is not an opinion, then you will just say that to conclude, it's fantastic to have plentiful toys in one's basket, but its ramifications cannot be neglected. Ramifications means some drawbacks cannot be neglected. So here, as you can see, as they have not asked for my opinion, I am not giving my opinion as I feel. I'm just saying what this essay discussed. So it's fantastic to have toys, but at the same time, its drawbacks cannot be neglected. So I'm just saying that both are there. If it has asked for my opinion, then I would say, although it's fantastic to have plentiful toys in one's basket, I personally believe, here I am giving my opinion. I am saying that though it's good to have toys, but I think that it's bad. So I personally believe it's superior to avoid these toys as its ramifications outweigh their benefits. So I am saying that though it is good, but the drawbacks, the ramifications are much more higher than the merits. So when they are asking your opinion, include one more line or make it a complex long statement, compound complex statement. If they have not asked your opinion, just this complex or compound statement will be more than enough. So this is our basic structure for advantage disadvantage type. I hope that you are clear. If you're not clear, just go back, look at the video, look at the structure, look at how we should construct our body paragraphs with good cohesive words, vocabulary and linkers. For more such videos, click our website ieltswinners.net. You will get sample answers along with various type of practice materials, written answers, PDFs and lots of free materials for you to enhance your learning skills and also get prepared for your IELTS exam. Click on the subscribe button for our channel, share it with your peers because sharing is caring. For paid and mock tests, do contact us on our various social media platforms. See you next time. Happy learning. Bye bye.